Grasp the Undying is fine on Scion because you're going to be trading a lot just with auto attacks with the set. So I don't see any issues there. And then Guardian on the Rakan, Halo Blades on the Pike, sure.
Yeah. Will we again see an invade from Minimax?
Doesn't look like it as we see the teams both leaving their bases.
I think it's...
Wait, there's a ghost.
worst.
There's a ghost on House Elf.
Interesting. So that is a no-heal bot lane.
If you're not taking heal, I would have at least expected teleport, but going with the ghost strikes me as a little bit odd.
I mean, I guess it can be really useful for the team fighting, getting the Swain into a much more optimal position during the team fights. So I could understand it. The repositioning aspect is definitely a useful thing for a Swain to have.
I mean, yeah, but we will see if they are made to pay for their lack of healing in the lane. Is very much a possibility.
Yeah.
And again, it's going to be the junglers starting on opposite sides from each other.
Yeah. So we possibly won't be seeing many early fights for those scuttles.
No. But we might see one or two early ganks, which could definitely be a little bit interesting onto how this game is going to play out. A little bit of poke coming straight out from Dylan, using that siphon power before the Umbral Blades shred away the wave and give Lofty all the hit health back. Falio, though.
Oh.
That's the power of set.
Thing. Yeah. Ow.
And the double pull, actually. That's a synergy we didn't even consider. If the Pike Skewer connects, Swain can then utilize his passive.
Yeah. The CC chain. Essentially a better version of Thresh Blitzcrank.
Yeah. More consistent version. More consistent version, I think, would be the way to put it.
Definitely, yeah.
But no, definitely enjoying the start of this bot lane for House Elf and Gurang. Bone Skewer going to go wide this time, though, so no conveyor belt of pulling for Hellman to have to go through. But starting off into this early game, which lanes are you expecting both junglers to focus around?
I mean, top being such a long lane, and with Falio going to be trying to push in the Zion as much as possible, you would think that would be a potential target for Orbits on the Lee Sin. He's able to get across the vision areas quite quickly. So could potentially see an engagement.
Hook onto Mama, tries to dash away, but the amount of pulls and jumps are just a bit insane. Lofty going to take a bit of a trade in the mid lane from Orbits, but nothing going to come of it. Falio is just beating on Alazos, having a lot of fun in that top lane.
Yeah. Loftition definitely finding it a bit harder against this Victor.
Yeah, the melee champion into the ranged is always going to hurt a little bit. Oh, Johnsony moving up towards this top side. It's going to be a dive onto the Scion. Alazos falling. Falio, first blood, a flash out. And yeah, with all the pressure Falio has had in this lane, with the amount of trading he's been able to get onto Alazos, you begin to think it was only a matter of time before he was going to find that first blood. Jonsson moves up for the assist, and yeah, nicely executed.
And the teleport forced out very early as well for Alzos to get back into lane.
Orbits looking back towards this mid lane. Loftition gonna get hit by the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. Teleport from Falio though into this mid lane, and can Invul look to turn this one around? Facebreaker's gonna connect onto Dylan, and Orbits dashes back with the shielding for his mid laner. Haymaker not gonna connect for the kill, as we're going to see rooting in the bot lane. Hellman taking the bad end of that trade. Big chunks on the Ezreal.
So, I mean, after all that said and done, despite there being quite a lot of action, only one kill, and it obviously went the way of Invul.
Yeah, Falio, the big beneficiary of all this early action. Teleporting into the mid lane, though, lost a bit of pressure on that top side.
And in terms of farm, as we just approach the 5-minute mark, it's relatively even, definitely slight advantages for Invul in the top and the jungle.
Yeah, and we can see this top lane advantage only going to be growing. Falio, he is doing some pretty nasty things to Alazos on this Scion.
Yeah. There's so little that the Scion can do, bearing in mind that obviously Set's passive just allows him to regen any health he is losing in those fights. Scion does not have that same regeneration.
Yeah, he's not quite so lucky. Falio going to look for a potential another trade here, but not able to get in range for the Facebreaker. Gurang looking mid lane, but Loftian backing himself off just about enough to be able to survive, as we see Orbit starting up this first dragon.
I think Mama might be looking for vision here.
Does catch them with the Scryer's Bloom, finds Dylan in the area as well. So Invul know this is happening. Don't think they're going to look to contest it. They have massive amounts of pressure on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Falio almost getting a second turret plate in this early game. Already at 6 minutes. Nearly 2 turret plates for the set.
And
First straight
Loftian
falls.
might be looking to gank with his ultimate.
Yeah. We could see a potential dive towards the top lane. It would not surprise me. And it would probably make sense due to the lead that Falio is able to just get himself based off raw pressure.
This could be a really nice counter jungle from Yonsei, considering the red buff of Minimax is going to be coming up.
They might even just look to go onto Alazos here, and I think that is what they're going to do. Yonsei pinging on towards the top side. Yeah, does have that level 6.
Will be here.
Oh, the Facebreaker comes through, and Alazos is not looking good for you. Orbit's going to be able to get himself away. No, Paranoia comes through, but just able to safeguard over the wall for the Lee Sin. No ultimates burned on the top side, but Alazos, he's looking pretty trapped. Harpoon's going to miss from Yonsei, but it's only a matter of time, you'd imagine. When that wave hits the turret, it could just be a dive.
Yonsei's going to catch this wave to prevent it as well, meaning the minions are going to be approaching the turret now.
And the equalizer's going to come down. Alazos, the show is stopped. Falio picks up his second kill. This top jungle duo really able to get everything done that Invul need in this early game.
And that is 2 turret platings down. Going to be a third one.
Yeah.
Very, very soon here.
At what point do you begin to fear for your life, even just sat under your tower as the Scion in the 1v1?
I mean, probably relatively soon when you think about it.
That's already Ninja Tabby's Iron Spike Whip and the Kindle Gem as well. Loftian though, Guran gonna miss the Bone Skewer, so it's not even having to throw out the Spell Shield.
Considering the amount of pressure top lane from Invul, Minimax haven't been able to do too much else around the map. They obviously did get Dragon, and there's a slight CS advantage in the mid lane.
Well, they did manage to get the first dragon.
Yeah, they did get the Dragon, which is definitely very, very useful.
Mounted Dragon for a champion like Scion, for the comp that Minimax have drafted already, never going to be bad. The extra resistance is always going to be nice to have. That was actually a relatively even trade between the top laners as well.
Yeah, but again, as I mentioned, Falio is going to be able to heal a lot more effectively than Alazos. So,
well, and Falio just exerting so much pressure. Rift Herald already gone down actually whilst we've been having this discussion. And Mama moving into the mid lane. Dylan throws down the Gravity Well, stuns up the Rakan, and able to just about get himself away.
Potential for a dive on the Ezreal, I don't think it's going to happen, but...
Nah, you wouldn't imagine so. Especially now they see Lofty and Mama on a control ward.
Yeah, they do see that. Falio does not care.
Oh,
he
Alazos.
Really does not care.
Oh, Loftian caught out though, into 4. Gonna use the Dustbringer to try and get himself away, but no, is going to fall to the Lee Sin. Death from below was down as well, so the bonus gold going to be granted. Top lane turret falls in return though, and Alazos in no man's land. Kill gonna be donated over to Yonsei. No? Falio? Falio going to be able to
Falio.
pick that one up with the haymaker. Mama potentially caught out one towards his bot lane. Demonic Ascension going to come out from House Elf. And it is just Invul kiting away. The mobility on this Ezreal, on this Rakan. So nice. Quickness is going to be popped as the teleport comes through. Flash away from Mama. Going to keep himself alive. No, drops just about to the ignite. Equalizer dropped on Dylan's head. And the flash forward from Yonseni. Looking to potentially find the kill, but Orbit's in the area. Going to keep his mid laner alive. One kill picked up by the Pike in the bot lane. No gold going to be transferred over. Didn't have that ultimate available. And,
well,
yeah, Minimax striking back a little bit.
Yeah, the Ghost actually coming in clutch there for House Elf. We were slightly surprised by it, but definitely coming into play there. Being able to just provide enough movement speed to reposition correctly for House Elf there. And more importantly, able to get out as well.
Yeah.
What looked really dangerous position there.
Oh, Guran. You've been found out. Mama and Falio are going on him, but the skill shot's going to go wide. Bone Skewer's charged up, but it splits the uprights.
And now Dragon is spawning. It will be Cloud Dragon, so we'll either see another Ocean Soul or we will see an Infernal Soul.
Either of which are going to be very potent.
Yes. And it looks like this could be a huge 5v5.
Yeah, everyone is in the area. Oh, Dylan caught out. Not knocked up, though, by the Grand Entrance. Equalizer comes through and burns away at the last shreds of the Victor's health, but the death from below is huge with the Gravity Well. Finding two in response for Minimax. Really nicely comboed there from Gurang and Dylan. Finding a quick double kill to answer back. Falio, though, looking caught up. The Sonic Wave goes wide. Alazos going to be chunked by Hellman. I say chunked. That is a Scion being hit by an Ezreal. Not doing too much damage, but...
The Divine Sunderer isn't yet picked up, and so the damage coming out is still relatively low.
Yeah. Can, Falio, Hellman, Yonseni, and Mama. Loftition coming back into the area as well. Does have the Paranoia just about to come off cooldown. So could be a fight that is winnable for Invul. Dylan not yet in the area. Does not have teleports.
The Swayno has
Paranoia's thrown down. And Invul just going to walk into the area. Take out Orbits. Taking out the Lee Sin. Alazos thrown into the team with the Showstopper, but not going to be able to be taken out. Hellman dancing on the edge of the fight, tries to blast cone away, but Loftition finding Dylan on the other side. And nicely turned around there by Invul, utilizing the gap close from the Nocturne very, very effectively. Knowing that their mid laner could join the fight before the Minimax mid laner. Dylan really not able to get too much done, kind of just walks back into the bot side river just to die.
Yeah.
Turret plates being picked up again in the mid lane onto Loftition. That Nocturne starting to get pretty strong with the Stride Breaker already picked up. We are cresting. We're about to hit 14 minutes, so plates are going to be dropping off very shortly. Currently 8 plates to 2 in favour of Invul. That's also with 1 Herald and then 1 Dragon apiece as well. Top lane turret obviously having already fallen, leaving us with about 2,500 gold in the favour of the Invulnerables Esports boys.
Yeah. And now, if you look at these teams in terms of their scaling potential, as we look kind of more towards the late game, obviously mid laning has kind of gone now.
Nearly steals the blue buff with the True Shot Barrage.
Nearly. Which team has the better potential late game, do we think?
Honestly, I don't know. But Dylan is getting dove. That I very much do know. The Showstopper going to come through with the Chaos Storm. The Equalizer going to get thrown down as well. Lay down the bluey-green carpet from Yonseni, picking that one up with his Night Harvester. Mama now getting dove on though, but Gurang, look at the rumble damage.
It's just disgusting. It's the initial Night Harvester proc that is just so surprising.
Yeah, it's so much damage.
From a champion that people think of as Burn,
Yeah.
Dealing that much upfront burst damage is actually ridiculous.
But it's not just being able to deal that much upfront burst, it's having that much upfront burst and then the burn. As Gurang looks for an engage, but it gets turned around on. The quickness gonna be brilliant to help out Helm and Kite away. And the Paranoia used so nicely to get Mama to safety, but no, the Demonic Ascension finding the kill. Loftisha not in range to be able to join the fight with that Paranoia. Flash out from orbits with the Dragon's Rage to secure the final kill for House Elf.
All of this is happening. It looks like a Rift Herald will be taken by Yonsei.
Yep. Able to just get that one done. And Falio is just having his way with this top lane. Oh, Stride Breaker to dodge out on the Q as well.
God, I hate that mobility creep.
Oh, can Falio outplay this though? He's in a 2v1. He's got to deal with Gurang and Alazos. The Death from Below is available. So this should be relatively... Oh, but the Death from Below is fired too early. Never mind. The Soul Furnace picking the kill up. The shield pop going to shut down the set and give the Scion some much needed gold.
But that does mean the Death from Below will not be up for a little bit if there is a fight that will break out.
Yeah, and Loftishan picking up the bot lane outer tower, keeping the gold in the Invulnerables' favour. A mid lane tower going to be threatened here as well. Should fall, you would imagine. No? Not quite gonna fall. Wait. No. Okay. Does fall to the last attack of the last caster minion. My word.
Oh, so close. And just enough there.
My word. That was a little bit unnecessarily close for that turret.
But it does mean now, with a Rift Herald available, there are now no outer turrets.
Yeah, a Rift Herald available and 3 inner turrets exposed.
Potentially this could be breaking of 2 turrets, could be breaking an inhibitor turret if used in the right way.
If the fight preluding the Herald's usage is good.
Yeah. So the dragon, it is an infernal dragon for 3rd dragon, so we could be looking for an infernal soul.
We'll be looking for an infernal soul.
Yes.
But yes, I get your point.
Not
Hailstorm,
right now.
Mama just gets executed. The Pike able to get a lot more done this game, I have to say.
Definitely.
Guran definitely having a bit more success, being able to find those kills, being able to share those that gold around. And now it looks like Minimax are the team that will have the priority over this dragon, but Invul running straight towards this top lane. Johnson, he has the Rift Herald, and he's going to drop it. This could be top lane inhibitor turret falling down, as well as Alazos alongside it. Loftishan and Yonsei. Too much for the Scion. Top lane inner turret falls. The Herald still has a charge left in her. Shelly gonna march on forward, and it's only Gurang to defend. Dylan not able to get his back off because Falio is on the hunt, and it's gonna be an inhibitor turret.
Yeah, that is really huge. A dragon for 2 turrets.
Yeah.
Not potentially.
Oh, House Elf with the flash into the grasp, but not gonna be able to find it. Equalizer goes a little bit wide, and the Harpoon's gonna slow the Swain down just about enough. Harpoon is going to connect though, and Yonsei's going to fall. Another shutdown into Swain's back pockets. Arcane Shift away from the Sonic Wave. Going to keep Helman alive in the mid lane. And, oh, Loftishan has the spell shield. It's going to drop off, and he dodges away from the hook. He is all sorted.
Drybreaker is so interesting to play against. As someone like a Pike, having to not just time against a something that completely stops your ability, but you've got the mobility. It's just so frustrating to play against as an item.
Oh, Mama. Trying to clear out some wards, but might be biting off a little bit more than he could chew.
Yeah. Mama definitely getting caught out a couple of times this game, which have meant Invul have been able to contest some objectives.
Yeah, gold is staying pretty stagnant around about that 2,000 mark, slightly lower right now. So slow bits of a comeback coming forward for Minimax, but it's still Yeah, it's lying pretty close. It's like game one. It's very, very close. And I expect it will remain that way up until maybe the next dragon or maybe even the dragon after that one.
Through, unless we do get a Baron fight, as
Wow.
it is just spawning now. I mean, we might see something in the top lane, possibly contesting the vision.
I don't know if either team will want to go for an early Baron. Like we said in game one,
Yeah.
do you want to lose an early fight around the purple throw worm that will cost your team the game?
And right now, even though it's relatively even overall, the pressure on the map is really heavily favoured for Invul, just because of the lack of turrets that Minimax now have.
Oh, and Shirley's has popped us as the Paranoia, and it's a big engage in the mid lane. Dylan is blown up, and Orbits falls very shortly after.
And
They
just as I
decided they
said,
wanted to press their buttons, and they hit them on exactly the right targets they needed to. No mid, no jungle. Baron potentially on the cards here for Invul.
and literally just as I had said those words about vision and pressure, the no vision on the TP of
Houseelf,
Valio.
though,
So
looking to
not-
contest here with the Paranoia, nearly manages to find the unstoppable onslaught onto the Ezreal as well. Mama falls to the death from below, but the show is getting stopped very quickly. Falio is going big. Second execute, though, for Gurang, and there's three. Gurang on this pike, really being able to show up in this fight. Teleport coming through from Dylan as well. Yonsei going to get executed as well. Can Gurang find any more? It's just Falio left alive. And he's going to find the death from below. Not going to be able to necessarily find the kill, though, as Dylan's going to look to do something here. Falio, massive shield on that Haymaker, and he's just able to walk himself away. The healing. Look at how much... Oh, but Dylan just finds him on the backside. Mama, can he execute this Victor? Grand Entrance and the Gleaming Quill going to pick that one up, and that's... Oh, that's a lot of chaos.
Well, we were unsure about the pike pick at the start of this game, but wow, has it shown us just now why you want a pike in your games. Duran absolutely stomping, I was going to say stomping on, but it's stomping from below on Invul there with those executes.
And we see the gold lead now shifting into the favour of Minimax ever so slightly. True Shot Barrage used on the mid lane just as wave clear.
And now I think for the first time this game, Minimax are actually above. They are ahead in gold now.
Very possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but
I'm pretty sure it's the first time since the second minute, essentially, realistically.
and we are going to see posturing now around this third dragon. Minimax have the positioning in the river. Now, how is this one going to play out? It looks like Invul maybe just even giving this dragon up completely, but no. They are starting to walk forward. The dragon dropping quite low, though. And Orbits should just be able to finish that one off. Invul rushing down the mid lane. Potentially looking to just pick up a turret and trade.
Yeah, I mean, this is really difficult for Invul, actually. They've now had
They
to
don't have a
give up
wave.
quite
They
a
can't
lot.
even look for the tower.
Not just the pressure of the pike was enough to keep them away from the dragon, because they just didn't know when the pike was going to pop out exactly. And that is really well played by Minimax there,
Yeah.
using the advantage that they have of invisibility, the stealth there.
Yeah, so we are now at a very, almost completely even game state here.
So, Ezreal does have his big 2-item power spike, obviously, with Mirror Mana and Divine Sunderer. Again, 2 Strike Breakers on the side of Invul for the set and
Falio
Nocturne.
positioning very aggressively forward here. I don't know if you want to be there, Falio, as the skewer gonna connect. No further follow-up damage, though.
So, Sion TP is available if a fight does break out.
The Nocturne and Set also do both have those teleports as well. As we are going to see Loftition moving down towards the bot lane.
Victor TP as well. Dylan's TP will be up pretty soon as well.
Yep. Gurang looking to set up some kind of death bush maybe, with Orbits and House Elf joining him.
Mama is stuck on a ward right now.
Falio is nearby though, and Minimax do know about this. Mama no, walks forward, dodges out on the Bone Skewer. All of the skill shots going to go wide. Mama's still not realizing he's sat on a ward though.
No.
3 minutes until the Infernal Soul becomes an opportunity for Minimax. Could we be getting ready to go into Game 3?
It's so very close still, but you do have to think, considering it's close now, whether that Infernal Soul will completely tip the balance into Minimax's
If it is even secured. Because there's no guarantee.
Yeah. But you do definitely think if the Infernal Soul is secured for Minimax, that will be ridiculous.
Oh, Falio going to get caught out by the Bone Skewer. It's going to be an engage on to Gurang as Mama's joining now with the quickness. It's knockups under the turret, and no one's going to fall because there's a Guardian Angel on Gurang. He finds the first kill on to Mama, but Orbits falls in return. Johnson finding Dylan on that Victor, but House Elf's in the backline. Hellman chunked incredibly low, but the healing with that Divine Sunder are going to be able to do a lot of work. 3 for 2 so far on the fight for Minimax. The Vision of Empire going to fall on to Hellman. Can he turn around to the House Elf? No, the Zonya's going to keep him alive, and it's Falio versus 3. And you don't think he's got enough. The Showstopper not going to quite find House Elf, but the Haymaker will. Facebreaker comes through, keeping himself alive. Not going to be able to flash over the wall. And it's 5 for 3. Ace for Minimax.
And Garan, very, very lucky that he had the GA there. Otherwise, that fight could have gone very, very differently. The GA keeping him alive. He's full health, obviously, because of the red buff as well now. And you do think without that GA, the fight would have been very different. And he will not have that for a long time afterwards now.
Minimax only able to claim 1 turret off that team fight, though. And there is a surprising amount of standing gold on the map for Minimax if they can start picking up these turrets.
Yeah. And the top lane turret of Invul is very low, will go down very quickly. The bot lane turret as well, the outer turrets of both, will go down very quickly if they are pressured.
Yep, Soul spawning in less than 40 seconds. We're getting pretty close to the fight that could break the game wide open for one of these teams.
Who do you think is the key target for both teams?
I think for Invul, if you can cut down Hellman, or at least like just take him low enough that he's forced away from the fight, you're in a very good position. But on the side of Minimax, it's all on Gurang as the Equalizer is going to come down onto 4. Big chunks of the depth from below. Not going to find anything. Triple kill. The Equalizer layered beautifully with the Paranoia from Jonsson and Loftition, and that's going to be the dragon over for Invul. The Soul is denied. And Invul finally find the way to win the team fight.
I also want to say just how huge that True Shot barrage was as well. I think it hit 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely chunking 4 out as well on top of the Equalizer.
Yeah, Alazos not able to be in the fight. House Elf blown up. Gurang not able to connect the depth from below for an execute. And now it's Dylan and Alazos to try and stop this Baron, but Mama and Hellman diving straight on top of the Victor, finding that kill very, very quickly. Loftition does fall in return.
So no smite.
What can Alazos do?
So
Equalizer going to come down onto the Scion, going to start burning away. Baron is secured, and Alazos should also definitely go down. The rest of Minimax now back out on the map, but not able to get close enough to stop the recall, as you wouldn't imagine.
And like a knife's edge, this game is teetering each way. Obviously huge now for Invul. They stopped the Infernal Soul. They got Baron on 4 members as well. That is really huge for them.
Yeah, the tempo and whichever side has the lead in this game is swinging backwards and forwards just like a pendulum.
Very much so. Oh.
But
and
no,
now,
still so close.
yeah, the Baron buff though here is going to be absolutely brutal on these last 2 remaining inner turrets. I think if Invul are able to push their advantage.
I would expect Invul to now look towards the top lane. If you can pick that open inhibitor up before the dragon spawns, it's so much additional pressure that will be given to you for this soul fight.
It is interesting that the Nocturne's without the Baron is split pushing here.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess they want Falio in the team fights. Unstoppable Onslaught's popped, and Gurang looking for Falio. Paranoia goes down just to buy Falio some space, but he's trapped in that Krog pit. Teleport coming through, though, from Loftition as the Haymaker's going to go through and do a lot of damage. Depth from below. Going to find the execute, though, but Invul had the inside track on the mid lane with the Baron buff. Could look to knock that turret down, potentially the inhibitor as well.
I think the inhib would be a very risky move, considering...
yeah, it's just going to be the tower. It's just going to be the tower. Oh, Gurang is on the hunt, though.
Death from below is still is no longer available now.
And it's going to be... Okay, so they do get both turrets.
3 turrets. 3 turrets there for a single kill.
Hellman just about gets the arcane shift off to get himself to safety. Big damage onto that Scion, actually, considering the amount of armor.
Yeah. Sorelda's Grudge, though, I think people underestimate just how much damage that can do. The 30% armor shred on top of Divine Sunderer is absolutely huge.
Falio is now back alive, does have the teleport, so can rejoin his team well, not in an instant, but can rejoin his team if it is needed. Gurang now...
And look how far pushed the top and mid lanes are for Invul. So they're able to get a back off really easily with the Baron buff, use all of the gold they've just got from those 3 turrets, and now no outer, no inner turrets, and 2 inhib turrets gone.
Yeah, it's just Minimax. The base remaining for Minimax.
Something I do want to note, though, is despite 8 turrets to 2, they are Minimax are only 1k gold down.
Yeah, the gold is very close.
And I'm pretty sure that is because of Guran's pike. The amount of gold shared must be utterly huge.
Yeah.
For Guran right now.
However, I do want to draw your attention really quickly. If you look at Guran's inventory, he is now full build. He has no more slots for control wards. Could be something that could be particularly influential with the vision setups around these objectives. With this Infernal Soul coming up in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Invul with the positioning, Invul with the pressure, Invul with the priority. And Dylan is getting engaged on the Showstopper, going to knock him back in. The Equalizer onto the backline. The kick is going to come forward, and it's first kill falling over to Invul. Second for Invul. Hellman diving and dodging away from House Elf, and it's just Alazos and Gurang again, the last remaining survivors. Alazos going to get chunked out and have to run, as is Gurang, but the Flash Facebreaker going to spell doom. The Haymaker, the stone plate's popped, but it's all in vain. He is going to burn down to the Flame Spitter from Yonseni. Gurang now looking for executes if he can. No, he's just going to stop the wave.
He does not have death from
but Invul, they have a wave in the top side. They don't need the pike. He's going to fall to the True Shot Barrage. It's an ace for Invul. They don't need the dragon. It's going to be a clean 2 hour. I don't want to say a clean 2-0 actually, because this series was far from clean and clear cut. But
this game almost ending at the exact same time. About 34 minutes, both games.
Invulnerables Esports maintaining the perfect record, 4-0 to start off this LCSE season. Could you ask for any more?